Yo, it's good. It's your boy Kurt, and today we have another reaction. So, nakita ko lang tong video na to, no? Na lumabas sa For You page ko sa YouTube. Ang title is BTS is Back, but SB19 already changed everything. Sobrang na-curious ako sa title na yon, no? Because again, ang dami nating video na tungkol sa SB19 na sobrang masabi ko na parang OA na yung parang glazing sa SB19 na parang minsan hindi na siya maganda. You know what I mean? It's mga video na like yung kay Simon Cowell na this changed everything, something like that. Na parang aware si Simon Cowell about SB19 but it's actually not. You get what I mean? It's too much glazing, but sa conversation na to or sa topic na to, I'm really curious, no? Kung anong meron sa video. So, we're gonna listen to it, man. We're gonna react to it. Without no further ado, let's get it.
BTS is back. And for millions of fans around the world, that sentence alone feels like a major event. After years of military service, solo projects, and uncertainty about what would happen next, the world's biggest boy group is finally entering a new chapter. But while everyone is focused on BTS's return, something equally important has already happened. A group from the Philippines quietly achieved something many people thought was impossible. SB19 proved that a P-pop group doesn't need to follow K-pop's shadow to make an impact on the world stage. And that's exactly why their story matters right now. Because BTS may be returning to the spotlight, but SB19 already changed the conversation. For years, whenever people talked about...
I mean, it's kind of true, because again, pag pinag-uusapan natin tungkol sa mga boy groups, no, or yung ganitong klase ng genre, Korean pop ang unang papasok sa utak ng mga karamihan ng mga tao, di ba? But nilagay ng SB19 yung mga sarili nila sa sa posisyon na parang, hey, andito rin kami, no? Hindi lang K-pop ang kayang gumawa nito, pati P-pop na maabot yung ganitong level ng creativity in terms of music, and na ma-reach out yung mga tao kahit yung mga foreign listeners.
Asian pop music, one country dominated the discussion. South Korea. K-pop became a global phenomenon. Groups like BTS, EXO, 17, Blackpink, Twice, and many others transformed the music industry. They broke records, sold out stadiums, top charts.
I mean, hindi natin makakaila yun, no? We have to give it to K-pop na so sobrang binago nila yung music industry nung sumikat sila, na yung gantong klase ng tunog, karamihan ng mga tao ang akala K-pop lang yung ganito yung tunog, no? Which is hindi naman talaga, no? Yung gantong klase ng tunog ng music is nag-exist na before pa pumutok yung K-pop, but since na sumikat yung K-pop sa ganitong klase ng tunog, karamihan to yung mga tao iniisip na K-pop yung nagpauso or yung original na may tunog na ganito. So that's the reason why as well na nung nagsimula ang SB19, lagi sila natawag ng copycat or nanggaya ng K-pop. Dahil nga, sumikat yung K-pop sa ganung klase ng tunog, but then again, hindi naman talaga nag-originate sa Korea yung ganon, no? Sumikat lang sila. But again, we have to give it to K-pop because sa sobrang laki ng impact nila nung sumikat yung K-pop, ang daming tao na iniisip na itong genre na to is for K-pop lang, no? Or K-pop yung nagsimula.
And built fan communities in every corner of the world. As a result, many people started believing that if an Asian pop group wanted international success, there was only one path. Follow the K-pop model. Train like K-pop. Market like K-pop. Look like K-pop. Sound like K-pop. Basically become another version of what South Korea had already perfected. And that's where the Philippines entered the story. When SB19 first appeared, comparisons were immediate. People looked at their synchronized performances, their polished choreography, their dedication to training, and many instantly labeled them as simply another K-pop inspired group. But there was a problem with that assumption. The more SB19 evolved, the more obvious it became that they were building something different. something uniquely theirs. Instead of trying to become the next BTS, they focused on becoming the first SB19. And that decision changed everything. The journey wasn't easy. In fact, it was incredibly difficult. Unlike many major entertainment industries, P-pop didn't have a proven global blueprint. There were no guarantees, no established pathway, no worldwide infrastructure ready to support Filipino idol
And no government to support music artists. Natinagdag niya yun dito eh.
groups. SB19 had to build momentum step by step, performance by
On their
performance,
own, by the way.
song by song, fan by fan. And perhaps the most impressive part? Much of their growth happened because people genuinely connected with their music and story, not because they were trying to imitate someone else. Then something remarkable started happening. International audiences began paying attention, not because SB19 looked like BTS, not because they sounded like BTS, but because they sounded like SB19. Songs
I
carried
mean, I don't know. I feel like SB19 never actually sounded like BTS at all. You know? Again, sa totoo nga lang, in terms of kung sasabihin natin na ang SB19 is ginaya yung marketing style ng BTS or like K-pop in general. I mean, I'm not gonna be like fucking like disappointed or ano no, kasi magaling naman talaga yung marketing ng K-pop, no, and meron silang magandang government. 'Di ba? Ayun yung dahilan kung bakit sumikat yung K-pop, right? Kasi meron silang gobyerno, no, aside from of course smart and you know, matalinong marketing strategy, meron din silang gobyerno to back them up, 'di ba? Para sa you know, like for global stage, which is nakakalungkot kasi yun yung wala ang SB19, no? Lagi lang silang nababanggit as a pride or a Filipino pride, no? Lalo na pag meron silang natanggap na something or nabigyan sila ng praise sa ibang bansa, no? Na yung mga gobyerno na yung parang sa Pilipinas parang Filipino pride yung dating, pero yung gobyerno wala naman tulong para sa kanila. So, in terms of marketing, man, I mean, I don't actually see. Nagigets ko yung gustong iparating ng video, no? Na okay, again, if we're checking this in a grand scale of music industry, you know, mas malaki pa rin talaga ang BTS, di ba? Let's be fucking honest with that. Mas malaki pa rin ng BTS kaysa SB19, no? But SB19 is actually, you know, para silang ano eh, unti-unti silang para silang bagyo na namumuo, na unti-unting lumalaki, to become a typhoon, something like that. Ando na sila, no? Nagkakaroon na sila ng marka. Maybe at the moment, di sila kasing laki ng BTS, like, you know, like in terms of popularity. Pero ando na sila, nakamarka na yung pangalan nila, and they are, you know, growing and growing every day, no? Palaki sila ng palaki, pasikat sila ng pasikat. Ayun yung siguro pinagkaiba ng BTS at ng SB19. Ang BTS kasi parang matagal na silang sikat, no? Meron silang mga fans na kilala sila noon na maybe tumigil na sa pakikinig sa kanila. But BTS sikat na, no? Maybe that's the advantage of SB19 kasi every time na may mga nakakanig sa kanilang bago na sobrang nahuhook talaga sa kanila because yung kanta nila is meron talagang may deeper meaning talaga. Pagdating sa personality nila and para sa kanila mismo sa buhay nila ay nakaka-touch talaga sila ng pakiramdam or you know damdamin ng mga tao. But I don't actually see any problem with for example yung dating is parang the same in a way ng mga K-pop artists because then again hindi naman K-pop ang nag-originate nito, itong klaseng gantong style. You know? We even have like Westlife or NSYNC, di ba? Na mas naunang sumikat na boy group before, maybe hindi mas tag dito, mas makabago yung tunog nila noon, parang pag ngayon natin sila pinakinggan, parang ang luma na ng style, no? just because noong una siya, no? Parang sila yung pinaka-blueprint. Nag-e-evolve na lang siya na nag-e-evolve. 'Di ba? Kahit naman yung mga unang kanta or kahit yung mga unang sumikat na K-pop group, hindi naman kasing kasing improve ng mga K-pop group ngayon. Yung in terms of music and style, sa pagkanta and sa pag-rap, 'di ba? Tunog luma pa rin naman yung melody and yung rapping. Pag pinainggan mo yung mga unang K-pop artists before, like year 2009, 2010, 'di ba? Nag-evolve lang din siya, no? So, I mean, I'm not seeing anything wrong with like kung masabi na na parang parang no, parehas sila ng ganyan ganito. Because hindi naman kasi A-pop yung nag-originate nun, no? Nakakalungkot lang kasi parang sobrang laki ng K-pop, iniisip ng mga tao na ginaya ng SB19 yung but again, we have to remember, no, na there are members of SB19 actually looking up sa BTS, no? Before they are also just a BTS fan, if you guys remember that, right? So, I'm not seeing anything wrong kung parang gagayahin nila yung in terms of marketing and style. I guess, ang kulang lang talaga natin dito is gobyerno, no? Para tulungan sila.
Filipino identity. Lyrics reflected their experiences. Their
Just what I said.
personalities felt authentic.
I just said that. No?
And fans noticed. In an era where audiences constantly search for something real, authenticity became one of SB19's
Yeah, I guess that's you know, the edge of SB19 sa ibang, kasi parang I feel like maraming K-pop group na parang medyo empty yung meaning ng kanta nila. I mean, there's a lot of K-pop group na sobrang hype ng kanta, no? But medyo empty yung yung meaning niya. And parang minsan wala lang talaga siyang kinalaman sa artist. Just, you know, creative writing ng lyrics, but hindi talaga nakaka-relate or hindi wala siyang kinalaman kumbaga sa artist mismo. Maybe that's the difference between SB19, kasi karamihan ng kanta nila is parang based on their experience, something like that.
greatest strengths. What makes this even more interesting is the timing. While BTS members focused on military service and individual careers, the global music landscape continued evolving. New artists emerged.
True.
Different countries developed stronger music industries.
Totoo.
And audiences became more open to discovering talent from places they had previously overlooked.
Yep.
This created opportunities. Opportunities that groups like SB19 were ready to seize. Instead of waiting for permission from the industry, they simply kept working. And eventually, the world started listening. One of the biggest misconceptions in music is the idea that success is limited. That if one group dominates, there isn't room for anyone else.
No.
History proves the opposite. When BTS became successful, they didn't close doors. They opened them. They showed the world that language barriers were no longer as powerful as they once seemed. They demonstrated.
Oh, man, I love this channel. You know? Hindi niya parang sinasabi na na parang BTS lang yung dapat mag-dominate, or parang inaano niya yung BTS na parang ginagawa niyang antagonist yung BTS because ang focus niya is SB19, so pinapakita rin niya dito na again, nauna ang BTS, sikat ang BTS, but again, BTS opens the door, para sa mga like Western country na makinig sa like na Asian pop groups, not just K-pop specifically, gusto ko tong hindi siya bias porket SB19 yung pinaka-focus sa video, parang gagawin niya ng villain yung BTS, So ayun.
Demonstrated that international audiences were willing to embrace art.
Kasi parang I feel like yung SB19 hindi naman nila tinuturing na parang competition, or I guess competition in a friendly competition way para sa mindset nila to yung BTS, to improve pa yung craft nila. I mean, friendly competition is always good, in terms of music. Pero I feel like never nilang parang inisip na kalaban, yung BTS or any other groups. So, yeah.
From different cultures. That lesson benefited countless performers.
Yeah, true. And that's actually hindi nang ginagawa ng SB19 sa mga ibang P-pop group natin ngayon, no? Ayun yung ginawa ng BTS para sa ibang mga groups, no, or ibang mga paangat na boy group. And ito rin yung ginawa ng SB19 para sa mga P-pop groups na nagsisimula pa lang ngayon. Nagbibigay sila ng way, no, para pakita na, hey, ganito ang dapat yung gawin. This is the blueprint, no? Kami ang gumagawa ngayon. Alam ko K-pop pa nagdo-dominate, but you know, kami yung parang unang naglalayag dito sa anong to, no, sa dagat na to na hindi pa natin natatawid or di pa natatawid ng P-pop. Kami yung unang naglalayag dito ngayon, no, para makita nyo yung daan, no?
Including SB19. But here's the key difference. Opening a door and walking through it are two completely different things.
True.
BTS may have helped expand global interest in Asian music, but SB19 still had to earn every achievement themselves.
Of course.
No one could do that part for them.
Yeah, ayun nga yung sinasabi ko, no? Sorry, I have so much yapping on this video. Kasi nga, wala silang parang tulong sa gobyerno, right? Like, ayun yung mahirap dun eh. Nagbigay nga ng opportunity yung BTS para makilala or mapansin globally yung mga Asian pop groups, no? Ang problema naman dito sa Pilipinas, gusto rin natin na, you know, lakarin yung daan na yun, na ipakita na, hey, hindi lang BTS yung na meron kami dito sa P-pop, but we don't have a government to support, no? Man, ano talaga dito sa no? Sa Pilipinas hard level talaga no?
Think about it. Fans don't stream songs millions of times out of charity. People don't buy concert tickets because they feel obligated.
Yeah.
Audiences don't
Gusto
spend
nila,
years
Kasi gusto
supporting
talaga nila.
artists they don't genuinely believe in. That kind of loyalty must be earned. And SB19 earned it. Through consistency, through hard work, through perseverance, and through an unwavering commitment to their craft. Perhaps that's why their rise resonates with so many people. Their story feels relatable. It's a story about persistence. A story about proving doubters wrong. A story about continuing forward even when success isn't guaranteed. Every major achievement felt like something they fought for. Nothing was handed to them, and fans witnessed every step of that journey. As their influence grew, something else happened. P-pop itself started gaining more attention. Suddenly, conversations weren't only about individual songs or performances. People began asking bigger questions. What is P-pop? Who are the leading artists? What makes Filipino pop unique? Why are international audiences responding to it? Those questions matter, because cultural movements become powerful when they grow beyond a single artist. And SB19 helped create those conversations. Now let's return to BTS, because this isn't actually a story about choosing one group over another.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this channel, man, hindi biased, no? Let's subscribe to this channel. Paano channel na to? This is from 18 Universe, man. Nice.
That's where many online discussions go wrong.
Diba? Totoo, no? Sobrang daming na pinag-aaway palagi, no? Nagko-compare masyado. Like, come on, man.
The success of BTS doesn't diminish SB19.
True.
And the success of SB19 doesn't diminish BTS.
That's correct.
Both groups represent something important. BTS demonstrated what global success could look like. SB19 demonstrated that
channel,
other countries could develop their own path instead of simply copying that formula. Those ideas can coexist. In fact, they strengthen each other.
Totoo.
The music industry today is more diverse than ever before. Fans have access to artists from virtually anywhere. A song released in Manila can reach listeners in New York.
Totoo.
A performance uploaded in Seoul can inspire fans in Brazil. Geography matters less than it once did. Quality matters more. Connection matters more. Authenticity matters more. And that's precisely why SB19's story feels so significant. They succeeded by embracing who they are rather than hiding it. The future of P-pop may still be unfolding. There will be new groups, new stars, new records, new milestones. But regardless of what happens next, one thing is already clear. SB19 helped prove that Filipino artists can compete on the global stage while remaining proudly Filipino.
That's
That
correct.
achievement
Yeah.
cannot be ignored, and it cannot be taken away. Meanwhile, BTS is preparing for a new era. The anticipation is enormous. Fans are excited. The industry is watching, and expectations are sky high. Their comeback will undoubtedly become one of the biggest entertainment stories in the world. But while everyone celebrates BTS's return, it's worth remembering what happened during their absence. A different movement continued growing. A different fan base continued expanding. A different
Totoo.
group continued making history. SB19
Palaki
didn't
pa ng
wait for
palaki, no?
anyone's approval.
Palaki pa ng
They
palaki
didn't
every
wait
day.
for validation, and they certainly didn't wait for permission. They worked, they improved, they evolved, and they proved that P-pop could stand proudly on its own. That's why this moment feels bigger than a simple comeback. It's a reminder of how much the global music landscape has changed. Years ago, many people might have believed there was room for only one dominant Asian pop industry. Today, that idea feels outdated. There is room for multiple voices, multiple cultures, multiple stories, and multiple paths to success. BTS represents one extraordinary path. SB19 represents another. Both deserve recognition, both deserve respect, and both have contributed to making the music world more connected than ever before. So yes, BTS is back, and millions of fans around the world are ready to celebrate. But as the spotlight shines once again on one of music's biggest groups, remember this, SB19 already
Ganyan talaga. Katulad na banggit ko kanina, no? Sobrang light talaga ng BTS, no? Every time na, kasi parang pag sobrang yung, kunyari isa kang 18, na yung music mo is nagre-revolve lang to SB19 na hindi ka tumitingin ng iba pang mga group. Ang isipin mo is SB19 is like the most biggest, you know? Pero pag tumingin ka outside of that, doon mo ma-realize sobrang dami pang, mas malaking artist pa talaga like BTS, no? Like, pag tinitingnan ko kung gaano sila kasikat, sobrang sikat nila. Like right now, malayo pa yung SB19 doon, no? But what we can definitely assure dito is lumalaki yung fan base and popularity ng SB19 every single day. No? Palaki tayo ng palaki. Parami yung 18. No?
proved something powerful. They proved that talent doesn't need permission. They proved that identity is a strength, not a limitation. And they proved that P-pop is no longer asking for a seat at the table. It's already there. What do you think?
Yeah.
Has
Hindi lang naman
SB19
para sa
already
isa eh.
established P-pop as
Maganda
a
yun.
global force? Or is their biggest chapter still ahead? Let us know in the comments.
It's
and don't
always
forget
still
to like,
ahead, no?
subscribe,
Kasi so far,
and turn
every time na naglalabas sila ng bagong EP, mas inaangatan nila yung akala mo na mas pinakamalupit na nila or mas maganda nilang project, naaangatan nila yun palagi. So I feel like this new era ng SB19, mas aangatan pa
on
nila
notifications for
tumaan
more
na era, no?
SB19 updates and music industry stories.
Let's go. That's a great video. I really enjoyed that, you know?